Hi guys and girls. So I thought I'd do a few videos whilst in isolation, just to give people a few things to practice at home, or just a few things to watch to sort of give you a little bit better knowledge on your own golf swing. Maybe there's a few things in there that you feel like you need to work on. So take a look and enjoy. Understanding fade. Now, this could be good for someone who fades it too much, sort of understanding what the club specifically is doing through the ball. And understand that a fade starts left of target and comes back to target. So if your ball is starting right of target, you need to go to the slice video. You're in the wrong area. So if you're looking to understand more of a fade, okay, so just understanding what a fade is. So starting left of target, coming back to target, or at least getting that spin to the right hand side. So what we're going to see is the plane, the path, moving left through impact. So if you think about, as we're coming down, things that are going to kind of encourage that is a slightly steeper swing, because I'm going to be a bit more here. Also, maybe sometimes rotating a little bit harder through the ball will help the club to get a bit more out in front of you rather than dropping too far. But you'll see ultimately the path of the club moving left of the ball. Now that is then going to mean that the club is going to be able, it's important, to apply spin to the right. So that opens the door to that, okay? Now, the thing that will make it start left of target but come back, left of target but come back to target is the club face. So if I'm swinging to the left of my target, the club face needs to be somewhere in between the path and the target. For argument's sake, let's just say somewhere in the middle. Okay, it's not quite as simple as that, but somewhere in the middle would be ideal. So the club face needs to be closed, even for a fade, so closed to the target. Okay, so remember this one, because we want it to start left. However, it needs to be open to the path. So your swing, that's the path. The plane, swing, path, they're all moving left. Okay, that's left of the target. The club face is then open to the path but closed to the target. Really important to remember that. And think when you're doing this, or when you're trying to sort of get a bit of a feel for this, think the club face is going to have, because it's open to your path. Okay, so the club face is going to have slightly less orientation than say for example, than a draw, because for the opposing swing, a draw, the club face needs to be slightly closed to the path. Remember, open to the target. But for a fade, the club face needs to be more open to the path, but closed to the target. So if it's open to the path, I can afford to swing a bit more left, have a bit less closure on the club face, and get a bit more of a maybe consistent fly for some of you. If you're someone who turns the ball over quite a lot, this can be great because you can feel like you just sort of swing it. I teach at the end of a driving range, and the net is right at the left hand side. So a great feeling for a fade just on that is feeling like you're swinging up the left hand side but holding that club face off, just to get a bit of an idea of what a fade needs to feel like. So the feeling would be that you're swinging to that left hand side. Okay, so you can see there I'm swinging more across my target line, but I'm holding that face off. I'm not allowing it to rotate and flip through, which is what some of you be doing if you're turning it over a bit too much. It's also a good way to, if you are, let's say for example, if you feel like you just need to understand a bit more what the shape is, again, really good. Use the ends of the driving range and feel like they're your swing targets, and then you've got where you want the ball to end up. That's your actual target. So you're looking to bend it off the fence onto the target. So it's really good way to use a driving range as a bit of a training aid. But yeah, so understand that the club face has got to have a bit less rotation for a fade. But I do see this work really well for a lot of people. A lot of people really go well for a fade. Also, one big benefit of a fade is if my plane moves ever so slightly, well, yeah, see that. If my plane moves ever so slightly to the left, I don't know if you can just about see that, but if I keep this circle in exactly the same place, you can see there that increases my angle of attack down to the ball. So I become a little bit more of an aggressive, for a really good iron shot, we want to be hitting down into the ball. So this can help a lot for getting the contact slightly better as well. If you're a player who, for example, hits a bit of a hook and you tend to have a bit of a fat shot and you sort of hang behind it, flip the club over a little bit, this is great for you. So get that feeling like the plane is moving a bit more to the left hand side, and you can see there the increase in that downward angle to the ball. It means you can trap the ball a little bit more, get rid of some of the ground before the ball, or get rid of hitting it, and get a bit more of a flush strike. So I'm going to feel like I'm swinging to the left and holding that club face off. Again, just do this as small movements and get the feeling of what the arc has got to do first. Small, light movements, then gradually build it up when you start seeing the correct shape. So that felt to me like it probably started maybe a tiny bit too straight, but would have curved a little bit out to the right-hand side. Hopefully there's something in there that you can practice at home, or at least it's just reinforcing what you already know, or hopefully you are, when you come out of isolation, able to get working on it at the range. So thanks for watching, and look after yourselves.